You know, the way the abortion rights, the pro-choice movement, the way they talk about this often, a woman's right to choose and about reproductive health and all that. You talk about that, but you also connect those things to these kind of notions of freedom, liberty, these larger principles and ideas. When the Supreme Court opinion was leaked, you went and gave that speech at Emily's List.
If the court overturns Roe v. Wade, it will be a direct assault on the fundamental right of self-determination to which all Americans are entitled.
I have always thought of the fight for civil rights, equal rights, as being a fight for freedoms. The right of people in our country to have the freedom to make a decision about whether they start a family, about their own body, about who they love. All humans are entitled to certain freedoms, and they should be protected.
There's a backlash to the stripping away of Roe v. Wade. And we saw it in Kansas. It's been a political earthquake, right? Democrats, they want to make an argument about Republicans being an extreme party in general. What it feels like is like part of your rhetoric has been kind of to stitch all that together. Reproductive health really matters, but this is actually a perfect window into a Republican Party that's extreme across the board.
We're seeing a pattern here. You can see that from the same states and places where you're seeing an attack on women's reproductive freedoms, an attack on voting rights, LGBTQ rights. We're going backwards. Republican leaders are trying to get a national ban on abortion, which includes criminalizing doctors, nurses, with up to 5 years in prison. Are you kidding me?
They won this enormous victory. And I gotta say, if I were like some Machiavellian Karl Rove-like figure, I'd have been like, hey guys, don't go crazy here, right? And instead what you saw was all the trigger laws kicked in, state legislatures go to try to ban abortion entirely. And that one case that got all the national coverage, like had a huge effect on people who were like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, what, this is where we're going?
This approach by these Republican Party leaders has been paternalistic. It has been callous, short-sighted. And I do believe that at some point, they're going to hear from their mothers and sisters and daughters that it is not what they want from their leaders. They want their leaders to respect them and to trust them and not push for laws to criminalize and punish them.
A lot of people are kind of like, you know, what happened to Kamala Harris in the first, year or so of the administration? Same people right now are like, she's like on fire all of a sudden, right? Because it's about your background as a lawyer, a woman, a minority. So I guess my question is whether you feel like vice presidency's hard in figuring it out, how to get good at it. Or do you feel like you're kind of like you've hit your stride now in a way that you maybe hadn't before?
There's a lot to unpack there, but let me start with this. I care passionately about this issue. For so many reasons. I was an attorney general for 2 terms, and my life's work, frankly, has been as a prosecutor and as an attorney defending the Constitution. I was inspired by Thurgood Marshall. I benefited from the work of Earl Warren. I have always held in such high esteem the United States Supreme Court in terms of understanding the significance of what it does to real people. When this Dobbs decision came down, it was completely in my wheelhouse in terms of all those fundamental experiences. And the work that we are doing is about making sure that equity is a guiding principle in everything that we do.